your dental practice can be your greatest asset or your greatest burden, depending upon how you set it up.
I can tell you even from what you just said, back in 1983 when I started in the business of dentistry, the interesting thing was I didn't hear very often, hey, what's your transition plan? Because oftentimes dentists were really just going to build a practice and then that was going to be their retirement and they would
Yeah.
sell their practice and retire. Financial planners were non-existent to a large degree. The moment you take ownership of a business, you want to consider what your transition plan out would be early on so that it doesn't spring it on you. We may talk here later on about, what happens if you're not there? What happens if there's an injury or disability or illness and you can't practice dentistry? Now what?
Yeah.
So early in the game, it's appropriate to have some kind of idea of some kind of transition plan. Transition plan doesn't mean I have to value my business, I have to procure a buyer, I have to make sure they're financially qualified, I have to get a contract, I have to get a lease. That's not a transition plan. In simple, I think the transition plan is what do you want to do when you sell your practice, when you move on from dentistry?